a story that has been ongoing for over a decade now, and it goes to the villages of Arunachal Pradesh. It started with two friends who set off for one goal, which was to bring light to homes cut off from electricity, and this in Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, we're talking about Merwyn, Coutinho and Rajiv Rathod. They set up solar kits that helped hundreds of families in remote villages across the state.
As more travellers joined in, they built a larger program. That program was called Rite to Light, and essentially what it meant is they had anyone who's a rider join in. You could contribute and raise money not just for yourself but also to light villages in the region or houses in the region, 3 or 4 houses per rider. And they also set up ecotourism. So they taught different villagers, different communities how to host tourists, how to set up camp stays, how to feed tourists, all of these things just to empower the community. Now that led to their next project and their next issue, because as the riders came in, there was sometimes pollution that was taking place. And then that led to them creating an entire ecosystem to recycle different kind of wastes. Villages work together to collect, sort and send waste for recycling. It began as a road trip, and now what they've built is different ways in which they help different communities live cleaner and brighter. Let's go over to our guests.
Let's quickly go across to both Marvin and Rajiv, who join us this morning. They're the two people behind Further and Beyond. And let's quickly ask them about their journey so far. Merwyn, if we can come to you first. We want to understand, how did this happen to begin with? Yes, we understand that you were adventure enthusiasts. You wanted to travel. You perhaps didn't want to work in a 9-to-5 setup anymore. But why Arunachal Pradesh, and what made you stick to that state to the extent that you've only been going ahead with project after project ever since?
Thank you so much. I mean, if people who know me, they know me that I really don't have a plan. I normally go with the flow, and that's what happened, right? I didn't plan for Arunachal. I just started the motorcycle in 2010, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Let's see where the world takes me, like, and that's how after about 7 months, I landed up in Northeast India and in Arunachal, and the moment I landed there, the world itself was different, right? And that kept me more interested in that place because everything was new: the food, culture, the lifestyle, the roads or no roads, everything was so exciting that I wanted to understand more and more about this place. And that's how I kind of stuck to Arunachal till now, since then. And been working with the community, building with the community, understanding and living with the community, and that's been the highlight of the journey as well.
What I love about your story, and I really want this to be Monday morning motivation for our audience, anyone watching right now, is that you were in your corporate career. I think you were 15 years into a corporate career, and you were asking yourself, is this really what life is going to look like every single day? Is it going to be this rat race? Is it going to be, promotions? Wait, is that it? Is there more? And without any backup plan, you said, let's leave all of that aside and let's go on this journey. So for everyone watching, this is your Monday motivation. Grab it. Let's just go very quickly over though now to Rajiv to understand more. Rajiv, I want us to talk a little bit about the many initiatives you've done over the last few years. So, because I don't want our audiences to get confused, and they're all very different. So can you quickly bring us almost an overview of each of these different initiatives over the years?
Yeah, for sure. Hello, everyone. So we initially started with Batti, which was about facilitating solar energy to remote tribal hamlets. One thing to note about each one of our initiatives is it wasn't a plan to go and give light. On our journey, people came and asked us, and we responded, we facilitated. Everything has happened because the community wanted it. It's not that because we thought that was the solution. So we started on with Batti, and for Batti project, we were looking at interesting ways to how to start fundraising, and we started then Rite to Light, which you were talking about. And parallelly, while Rite to Light was going on, which was an initiative about a cycling charity challenge, we started collecting electronic waste in Bangalore as a donation to light up homes in the Northeast. So we were collecting electronic waste, doing material recovery, upcycling it, and whatever money we were getting was going towards funding the Bhakti project. And while we were doing the cycling initiative, we realized that there was a complete logistical lack of logistical network from in Arunachal when it came to waste management in general. And then we got into waste management over there because the community we were working with, we suddenly realized with them that they don't have a word for waste. And we realized that means these communities until recently were living without waste. There was nothing like plastic or paper in their life, and that we were with the community, and they really wanted us to do something about it, and that's how we got into waste management. So it's always been a response to what was needed. Then we go in there that, hey, this is your solution.
Yeah.
Wow, lovely.
So,
I also really like the fact that somehow the story evolves around Arunachal Pradesh, because typically in your head, in anyone's head, even when you're planning a vacation to Arunachal, you have to take out a couple of days because the commute takes time. It's not all that easy. As Merwyn was also pointing out, roads or no roads. So it comes with a lot of challenges given how it's located geographically. Merwyn, what I do want to understand from you then is what kind of collaborations did you see in terms of materializing something successful that eventually came off these initiatives? So apart from a community-driven initiative in each of these projects, what were the other stakeholders who pitched in? To what extent that helped you? What more are you looking at in terms of future initiatives?
So what we did was we started this idea called the Himalayan Fringes Project. The whole goal is to bring out all the mountain waste from the Himalayan region of Arunachal, especially. And waste is something that one cannot work with. You need more people to join in waste to kind of handle waste. So we, along with the communities, of course, we have the government bodies. Okay, especially for the Himalayan Fringes project, Royal Enfield Social Mission came on board to support us in the idea where we started to kind of tell them that here we are trying to bring in a behavior change. Okay, it's not really necessarily a waste management project, but it's a behavior change. So whatever support we can get from people. So we normally go we do not go the government route for funding. We normally go the public route and the CSR route. And after so many years of work and people recognizing our work, a couple of companies came board, and that's how we started to collaborate with people and take this step forward. And I don't think, and it's a very critical support that you need, especially if Royal Enfield Social Mission wasn't there, then I wouldn't see this program getting scaled up. And to have someone focus and help you with waste is quite difficult, because no CSR wants to put money in waste, because they just think that this is a bottomless pit. You can just put money in it and it's not going to show some impact. But with the Himalayan Fringes project, and especially our community in Zemetang, they have been wonderful and resilient. They have shown the turnaround, and that's why now we've got an invitation from the administration. Now we're going to start expanding into 60 more villages around the Tawang district, and try and get more and more communities in the fold. So it's a community project. So all the stakeholders will come, especially here in Zemetang and Arunachal. Our major stakeholders are is the administrator, the community, and the Indian Army. Okay, wow. Because these are also the polluters as well. So they contribute as well to this.
Okay, let's ask Rajiv, if we could ask you to just go back earlier to the angle we were talking about, that is that, if people are watching this right now, hearing you talk about these initiatives, your story is essentially the story of two men who've created a lot of change in a region very, very far away from theirs, and something that started very much with a dream that now, 10 years later, we can see how it's flowered out. But I want to ask you, anytime anyone has a dream, you start working on it and then you realize, oh my God, this is actually a huge challenge. waste collection is a very, very good example of that. You think, I'm going to change the country, I'll do something about it. Then you realize just how huge a problem it is. What would your words be to anyone who's nursing this kind of dream? They want to build impact change, maybe in their hometown, but they're watching from a city where they've come to work.
I would say just take small steps and remember that it's not complicated. Nothing is rocket science. Just be honest and learn every single day, and you will anyways be able to climb the mountain. So, the problem is we always give it a time. It always needs to be fast. Just do it at your own time and you'll be able to achieve it.
Did you, the both of you all want to become social entrepreneurs? Because of the stories I've read online, it comes across as you were just travel enthusiasts who wanted to just travel, wanted to explore, discover more, and somehow found your way to these villages. Something with those people connected so well that you just had to work on it.
Yeah, it was more like we always wanted to travel, and even right now it is travel which is the soul moving thing for us. But while we are traveling, we're just trying to be a little sensitive and aware of not taking our things and trying to make a solution there. If people are asking, then we are coming up with the most sustainable solution rather than just trying to create the solution with them rather than coming from a point of this is the solution, what we thought in the city. So it's just being sensitive, being aware will anyways make you do this impactful work when you're traveling. Like with any community, even if you're eating lunch or dinner with a family, and you're just sensitive about certain things, about where the food is coming from, what is happening, it'll lead into these things.
I want us to give a shout out to the people of Tawang, this region that you were talking about earlier, Merwyn, in the state, because they are almost 50%, maybe you'd probably say 90% of this journey is their hard work on the ground. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like to work with those communities.
Oh, this region is very special. This region in Tawang, okay. The area that we are focusing right now is called Zemethang, which is also, you could say, the frontier of the Indo-Tibet and Bhutan border, right? This is the place where the Dalai Lama first walked in when he was escaping Tibet, right? And this is where he rested in this place. So it's spiritually very important for the people over there. And they believe that this particular place, in their language, in their term, is also called as Pangchen, which means land of no sin, because you're not supposed to commit any sin in that land. So given this philosophy that they have already, and the waste that is coming from outside, and they not knowing, and they observing that their birds and their yaks and the cows are dying by eating plastic, okay, they have taken up this measure that we need to do something about it. We have just gone and just taught them what is what, okay. Rest everything they are doing it. They are collecting. I mean, in Zemethang, the way the model is panned out is this has been discussed by the community, and they have come up with the solution. So the solution, they said that, okay, I will keep my waste at my home, okay, in one sack. I will bring my waste to a particular point, segregate and store it in a particular point, okay, and I will transfer it to a particular location which we call as the material recovery facility. So you see, most of 40 to 60% of the cost is handled by the community. That way. And
would you
that's
consider them family now, Merwyn, Rajiv? Are they family? Is this your home, or you've got your eyes set on another place, another state maybe?
Arunachal, the entire Arunachal is family, or Northeast.
Okay. I do want to see other parts of our country do this though. So maybe you don't have to, spark the initiative, but it would just be beautiful. And I loved, Merwyn, earlier when you were saying that it is built into the ethos. There are already regional philosophies that kind of, bring back the same thing, that this is, a place that we don't sin in, for example. And that ethos is so important when it comes to living a clean life, civically speaking. But thank you both for joining us. Thank you for brightening our morning, giving us a little inspiration about what one can do with their lives.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.